Welcome to the official Forts Tournament 17. Noobs confirmed versus Crustacean Fortification.
Welcome back, Forts fans, to game number 12 here on Synergy Gaming TV. You are watching the Forts official Tournament 17. And another great match for you guys. On the left-hand side, playing Pinch Fist, we have the Noobs, starting with Firework at the top, Eaton moving into LancenShield and Alex C. Now, we've made a couple errors on their opponents, but let's get it right this time. Playing Pinch Fist, it's Crustacean Fortification. That's right, we got it right this time. At the top, it's Kronkinator, followed by York Stoom into Pyro, and finally Mateo at the bottom. I bet you Pyro is super salty right now that he's not up top so he can drop howitzers on his teammates. But let's just see. Maybe he can swing one across the map and take out Alex C. Not sure exactly what their strategy is planned on this one, but you can see here the Firework doing what he does best. Of course, hanging his turbines out in the back to make sure that they're completely not exposed. I've just figured out, I think, why these guys have been turning their background bracing in here, or the foreground bracing in front of the core, is to make sure that the turbines have room for their air cones. So it works. By turning this into background bracing, it's allowing their hanging turbines to be closer to the core, and they can add more defenses into the front. Correct me in the comments down below if you think there's a different strategy there. But let's see what's going down here. We got a munitions plant, munitions plant, munitions plant, and munitions plant. Crustacean Fortification. What are they doing? Same thing. Background bracing all here, adding their turbines in the back. Kronkinator not. Oh, there it is. I didn't see it there at first. I was like, there's no way he wouldn't have technology. Again, the O'est, G'est of the players in Forts here. Kronkinator got down his munitions plant factory coming from Pyro, and munitions plant from Mateo. Very strange. Mateo is like the laser guru god guy, and he's been going cannons quite a lot lately. Not sure why Pyro's doing lasers and not Mateo from the strategy point of view. Not sure. Maybe just personal preference? Not sure. So, we got some spamming in the front, and we're going to start getting some armor down here as well. Spending a little bit of those resources. I'm going to be assuming that Eaton is close to floating, which is why he's adding the bracing in front here. If he's sitting right around that 900 metal mark, or he's close, right? He knows that he can spend a little bit here, still reach the 900 mark that he needs, which actually is higher than that now because he has additional storages. No, that's not correct, right? 3, 6, 9. No, 900 metal in this specific location there, and he gets the cannon down. So he was able to add a little bit of the bracing in the front, get the cannon down with no problems. You can see here LancenShield has his cannons down as well. Alex C. and Firework all have their weapons down. Let's take a look at Crustacean Fortification. Kronkinator has his weapon down. York Stoom has his down. Pyro, 2 fire beams coming down here, and Mateo. So it's looking like there's a possibility that Pyro, using double fire beams, might be pulling out the Synergy strat. We're going to call it Synergy strat because I've never seen anyone do it before me. So I'm not saying they've probably done it lots, but I don't typically play in top tier lobbies, so I've never seen it. Also, the top players don't submit replays, so I've never seen them do it in games either. So, ooh, it's not double fire beams, it's fire beam, magna beam. I like to see that. Hopefully we'll see some really cool curvy shots here. That is going to be interesting. I was always excited when they can curve them around the back of the base. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, stay tuned. Hopefully Crustacean Fortification will have the opportunity to demonstrate what I am talking about. The signature Felix struts, selling out these nodes here. Alex C trying to gain the maximum advantage here, using Pinch Fist, selling off some of those nodes. Now, keep in mind, this is super ballsy because of fire beams right through here. Kablango, and he just loses everything because there's less bracings to support his base. You can see here that these players aren't double bracing nearly as much as they should. Selling off their bracings here, adding a lot of stress, or will be adding a lot of stress to these bracings. Canadian lumber spam coming out of Eaton. Interesting to see. We've got Firework doing the same thing, getting some of that Canadian lumber up in there. Ballsy strategy here from Alex C. I wouldn't be surprised if he's the first to go. Using strats like that against these types of players, this tier of players, they'll see that right away and exploit that almost instantaneously. Every single one of the players on the Noobs is firing at the Crustacean Fortification. And Pyro adds some stuff there. Oh, the curve shot. That's what I'm talking about, you guys. That was a fantastic curve shot. Takes out the cannon from Eaton and drops it onto LancenShield. I do want to remind the players we are playing on Stalactites 4v4, which is one of the most... Oh, what? That's garbage. I hate shots like that they go through the top bracing and hit the weapon. Great job there. Looking like the Noobs have a dominating map presence right now. Stalactites 4v4, probably one of the most hated maps by top tier players, mainly because typically in most situations these top players are the ones who get absolutely crapped on because in their core falls they take the opponent out below them. LancenShield in some serious trouble here right now. This is one of the issues with selling off those nodes. I don't think he did, but Alex C might have an issue with that. Selling off the nodes but having almost no base touching the ground here. Whoa! And we missed a kill shot there. No worries, we have instant replay to save the day. Mateo taken out early. Okay, so looking like York Stoom firing at LancenShield. They're going to try and take down the weakest link here. Not saying he is the weakest link, it's just his base looks like absolute flaming dumpster garbage. Swiss cheese and just overall horrible. Hopefully he's able to make a comeback and get back into the game. Alex C getting a couple shots off. Look at that aimbot! Alex C getting those shots in exactly the same spot. Firework trying to follow up there, but just a little bit high. Just a little bit high. The match slowing down a little bit here. Keep in mind, LancenShield is basically out of this game at this current moment. So technically you're looking at a 3v3, so to speak, at this specific moment. Just because LancenShield is not really able to contribute to the fight. You can see that none of the players have expanded forward, though, to grab their expansions. For those of you guys that... Oh, door snipe! That is brutal. York Stoom gonna have a hard time making some stuff happen there. But keep in mind, guys, they have these expansions to the front of their base. Each base has one. There we go. Cannons coming from all different directions. Even the upper ones can expand upwards and build up there as well. So opportunities for additional swarms for the top bases and mines for the bottom bases if they so choose to. It doesn't look like any of them are using it right now, though. Cronkinator building down extra far to protect the upper sections of York Stoom's base, which is actually great because his cannons are on the bottom of his base here right now. It basically doesn't need any of that upper spot right there, so it's looking really good. And the curve up shot, oh my goodness, that was so close. That was so close to being absolutely devastating here. Pyro with that absolutely stellar accuracy. This is the second Magna Beam that he has lost in this specific match. York Stoom trying to get back his cannon that he lost there. We have the doors open, just chilling. So you can see here what he's done. This is actually really smart. For those of you guys that know, losing doors, right, is really, really expensive. So what he does is he just keeps them open because there's nothing behind it and allows the bullets to go through, right? Does no damage. So keep that in mind, you guys. That's a pro tip. Synergy pro tip right there. Do that. Unless you need the resources, sell them off. But if you don't need the resources, just open the doors until you can afford to place a weapon behind them. If there's nothing, if it's not worth defending, don't have the doors there. Basic simplicity right there. Very simple. LancenShield still having a hard time making a comeback here. We don't have the F8 key down there. And looking like Pyro's been taken down. Cannons, I believe, dropped on top of him. Now it's looking like York Stoom is going to build down. Again, though, we're seeing one-sided here. I'd like to get a match where one player dies on one team and another player dies on the other team, you know, and they kind of manage to do this flip-de-flirp and they kind of work their way down to one player remaining. Again, though, these players not expanding to their expansions. Oh, Alex C's looking for it now. He's going to try and grab that additional resources. He might just end the game, though, with some swarm warheads here. LancenShield still trying to make a comeback here. He is absolutely hurting, but manages to get himself a buzzsaw. Contributes to the game, and his teammates will love him for it. Well done, LancenShield, making yourself useful when you have absolutely nothing. Well done. I expect nothing less from a player of your caliber. Lots of doors here on Kronkinator's base. He's got some of the micro doors there. The Swiss cheese just tanking like it's supposed to. He's not even going to repair that. Maybe repair the stuff up top here. But now looking like Kronkinator's going to retaliate. I don't think firing at LancenShield was the right choice. He's already disabled. He has basically nothing, and now he's targeting the weaker player. I don't think that was the right play. Kronkinator would know better than I would. I think in aiming at the doors in that situation right there, Kronkinator losing all of the background bracing. He's got a couple of windows in his base now. Not looking good. It's looking like Eaton's going to fire at that same spot, trying to, but only hits the cheddar. No big deal right there. Takes out the... Oh my... Man, Alex C dropping in those aimbot shots. Looking really good right now. Takes out the cannons of Kronkinator. Manages to go through and impacts on the base of Yorkstoom. Wow. Again, another one-sided match. I would have really liked to see, you know, a little bit more balance. But it is what it is. Hopefully, as we start getting the teams in higher, as we start, sorry, I should say, working towards our gold medal match, hopefully we'll start to see a little bit more evenness, which is exactly what tournaments are designed to do. Great shot there from Alex C, applying some economic damage to Yorkstoom. And the howitzer going to make it all the way across here. No gunners really in the way to stop it. And hits the cheddar. No big deal. Nothing lost. Yorkstoom has no weapons currently right now, but trying to get additional gunners and some shields there to protect his turbines. Howitzer just tears right through the bracing. Not a big concern. They are going after Yorkstoom though, which is the right play considering the fact that he has, again, that economic lead at the moment. So it's better to take out the guy that has, oh my, wow, I got hiccups now. Alex C with that aimbot shot almost has it dialed in to take out Yorkstoom's eco. Howie shot coming in here, just gonna hit the cheddar, no big deal. They are gonna, oh, he manages to save it. Yorkstoom trying to grab all of that extra economy he can from those 3 additional mines, but it's looking like the noobs are just gonna keep crapping on him until he falls. Amazing. You guys, the skill level of players up at this tier, this caliber, it's just amazing. Again, I want to reiterate, this is that situation we're talking about here right now, that Pinch Fist is not allowing the teams to make a comeback. There is no comeback mechanic if you don't have weapons, right? You can activate Pinch Fist's ability at half cost firing all you want, but if you don't have any weapons, it doesn't do you any good. Situations again like this, Architect, Overdrive, Armadillo, is where you want to be sitting, right? It gives you that opportunity to gain the additional resources, to get all your weapons rebuilt. Oh, Yorkstoom tanking a ton of damage right there. Taking out of his shields. There it is. Finally, Alex C coming in with that shot. You can see his door open from that shot. He finally manages to get the the energy production from Yorkstoom. Takes it out, and now he's just trying to flabbergast the best way he can. Alex C playing very good in this tournament. Very, very good in this tournament. Using his sniper to apply some pressure. They're taking out some of the gunners from Kronkinator. Kronkinator got a few more gunners down there. Cannon shots. Managing to take out one of the gunners from Kronkinator and applying some damage to Yorkstoom. This is just crazy. My throat is actually killing me, you guys. I am definitely starting to lose my voice casting a bunch of these games in a row here. The developers have let me know that the patch is on its way, so I have to have these recorded before it's released without using any janky tricks. B-Man said he'd hook me up here so that I could use a previous version of Forts. Some developer type sneakiness to be able to use the replays still, hopefully, if they still work. But it's better to just get them all out at once here. Great shot coming from Eaton, hitting the doors of Kronkinator. This is kind of what we're going to be looking at. Yorkstoom just tanking like a boss here right now. As long as he keeps doing that, it's going to give Kronkinator the opportunity to make a comeback into this game. Buzzsaw is trying to take out that bridge here. Yorkstoom just continuously adding some cheddar to that beam pole he's got all the way down there, trying to make sure he keeps it protected. This is going to be that opportunity right now. Again, though, as I've said, there's no real comeback mechanic for a Pinch Fist player. There's no additional resources. There's no nothing right now. They just kind of are just going to sit here and tank until their inevitable demise. Now, that doesn't mean that Pinch Fist can't pop his ability. You know, Kronkinator get 2 shots out here, Howie, and then Cannon somewhat simultaneously. Maybe get some work done. But overall, again, I want to reiterate that I don't think Pinch Fist in multiplayer is very good. There's not enough resources to make a comeback We are coming down to the final minute of play, though. I didn't even realize 14 minutes in, and the Crustacean fortification is still hanging on here. Damage coming down here. This might be down to overall core damage. Damage dealt, looking pretty good here. Your Stoom still tanking all of that. He doesn't have any energy production. He did manage to sneak down a sneaky little turbine right here. But lots of buzzsaws coming in here right now. And he's got some portals up to try and help, but he doesn't have any energy to keep them running. I shouldn't say that. He made the repair. They always run regardless of energy production. They're not like shields where they disable when you hit 0. They will stay running. Howie shot coming in here. Does it hit the portals? It does, but it also hits some of the janky wood spam in behind there. Something we haven't seen, considering, you guys, all of the cannons we've seen in these games. Nobody's used portal walls. Nobody's forced swarms. Nobody's forced EMPs, really at all, this tournament. Coming down to the last 5 seconds. GG! Now, we don't get the victory screen here, but we can tell just from playing here right now that the Noobs have taken this game. Congratulations to Yorkstoom and Kronkinator for managing to at least drag out the timer, trying to get as much damage done as possible. This was a top tier game. I am absolutely impressed, guys. That was the Noobs versus Crustacean Fortification, Pinch Fist versus Pinch Fist.